That was not cool. Forget that. We're not doing that. Well, heyo again, and welcome back to my channel. If you are still coming back, I don't know what's wrong with you. But we're gonna fix that today. We're going to drive you away once and for all. Because today, I don't know why I'm doing this. Today I've made the terrible decision to share with you a bunch of random facts about me. Just in case you discover something interesting that you want to blackmail me with. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is the stupidest idea. But yes, just in case you find this mildly interesting, because I'm a very strange person and perhaps that can be amusing to people. I don't know. So, but the moral of this video is that God made me special. Because that's like the most positive word that I can think to put to myself. And he loves me very much. Even if everyone else thinks I'm a weirdo. That's okay, because he loves me. He put a lot of intention and design into me, and it's just really interesting, honestly, all the random different quirks that he thought to even give people. Like, he's so creative. I don't even understand. It's just like hilarious how many different things go into just making up one person and one personality, and it's just crazy. And I don't know, I really enjoy learning the random things about different people, so I don't know. Maybe you'll enjoy learning the random stuff about me. We'll see. I have no clue. Random fact number 1. I am the middle child of 9 children. So I have 2 older brothers and 2 older sisters, and then 2 younger brothers and 2 younger sisters. And then also there's 8 years between me and the youngest and 8 years between me and the oldest. So things are pretty evenly divided for me. I have been to 4 different continents? Yeah. Europe, Asia, Australia, whatever that thing is called, and then North America. I am bilingual, meaning I speak super fluent English and semi-fluent Pig Latin. I can also say hola. Hola. I can say it creepily, so I think that should count extra. I have a running list of favorite compliments that people have given me, and I love to keep track of them, so that on those days when I'm not feeling very good about myself, I will just look over this list and just remember what an amazing person I am. So, because there are such gems as, your hair is spaghetti. You're the best captive I've ever had. You're the prettiest gorilla I've ever seen. Overall, you're a decent human. Your eyes are bluish, greenish, yellowish, transparent. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about that one. I don't know. Are normal people's eyes transparent? I feel like something's wrong with that. Wow, your abs aren't like a trampoline. They're actually apparently more like rock, but that's cool. So anyway, another random fact. So I used to have a bunch of stuffed animals. My youngest sister started like actually caring for her giant collection of stuffed animals like they were actually children. So I was like, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna copy her because, I have plagiarism problems even at that young age. So yeah, I was like, I'll do that with my stuff. And so I had all my dolls and my stuffed animals, and I was very committed to mothering them and making meals for them at the correct time every day with this like plastic picnic food that we had. So that was a stage of my life, and that lasted about 3 days until I realized these things are too much work, and so I just like dumped them off on my youngest sister, and she happily took care of them. I think this might be why people tell me never to have children. Another random fact is that my coughs apparently sound like sneezes. I don't know. I am that person who I will bring my toothbrush with me everywhere I go because I am very committed to my dental hygiene, okay? I was almost named Corella until my parents realized the teething potential because they thought people would call me Corella Deville. And I don't know why I just said that, because now there are some people who are going to see this and they're going to start calling me that anyway, even though Corella isn't my name now. So maybe I should cut that one out. I boss all my brothers, fake and real, around about when they are allowed to grow facial hair. Now, unfortunately, some of them have grown a mind of their own and like a thisness of their own. So, but don't worry, I'm going to shave them in their sleep. I am pretty apathetic towards salad dressing. I just don't generally use it. But I guess that's kind of good because I also like to eat my salad with my fingers, and I think if there was salad dressing on it, that would make the whole situation a lot worse. I need to work on being more ladylike though. I don't ever cut my fingernails unless they break or rip, which don't worry, they always do before they get to a really disgusting length. So there was another stage in my life where I had imaginary friends. Now I don't have any friends at all. My favorite book used to be The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis, and when I was 4, I read that thing so many times that like I wore off the cover in the first few pages. So then after that, when everyone else wanted to read that book, they'd have to sit me down and ask me to quote the beginning part to them. Also, I somehow acquired an English accent from reading the book that much, which doesn't make any sense at all to me, but somehow I just like to feel sophisticated, okay? Also, I live in the South and everyone says y'all, which I think that is a very good invention. It's the one thing that I'm very proud of us for. Like, seriously, we're so smart. But also at the same time, like, I realize I've stopped saying it. So, like, and now I feel a little bit strange because I just say you guys instead. Can we stop being noisy? But yeah, so that's a random fact about me. I live in the South, but I do not say y'all. Another random fact about me, I used to think that walking on tiptoes meant like curling your toes under you and then walking on them like that. So it hurt a lot. And yeah, I built up a bunch of calluses because of that. And they're still there. But it's okay because Ethan redeemed it one day by saying, "Lily, you have such cute toe knuckles." And that made everything okay. Another random fact about me is the reason that I have brown hair is that because I used to have white blonde hair when I was little, but I wanted black hair. I was not satisfied, so it was divine judgment on me that I got stuck with something I didn't ever want. God was like, you can get halfway there. But yeah, learn to be grateful for what you have, children. Also, I used to have really blue eyes, and now they are green. They are very green. I don't know what happened to them, but yeah, they changed when I was like 13, maybe? Yep, and now the green. Okay, I feel like I'm still 15 at heart for some reason. Like, I just think of myself as a 15-year-old and view myself as a 15-year-old. And feel like people my age are actually, like, a lot older than me because I feel inwardly like I'm 15. Along those lines, I feel way more comfortable with people younger than me than with people older than me. And I think this happened when, like, I lived in another country for a year when I was 8, and there was, like, age was a huge deal. So there were, like, all these girls that were 9 and I was 8, and they wouldn't really talk to me because I was 8, so I was like infinitely inferior to them. And I think I still carry a little bit of that trauma in my heart. So now I just, like, with older people, I just feel like they're judging me literally based solely on the fact that I'm younger than them, which I have no control over. But I'm trying to get over that mindset because I don't think a lot of them are, or at least if they're judging me, they're like judging me for legitimate reasons because I'm actually strange, not just because I'm younger than them. I used to read way too much. Like, I was so addicted to reading. Like, I would read all the billboards and, like, all the business signs when we were driving, and I guess it also helps that, like, I was a fast reader, but I also, like, read all the speed limit signs and, like, literally everything. Or, like, when we're having breakfast, I'll be like, I need to read something, so I'll be like reading the back of the cereal box, like the nutritional information on the carton of raisins while we're having oatmeal. I don't know, but like I was obsessed with reading like literally anything and everything, and I just had to be reading all the time. I put at least 3 times too much vanilla extract in anything. My favorite word is propriant penultimate, which means the thing before the thing before the thing before the thing before the last thing. So yeah. Also, fun fact, I am the propriant penultimate child, so that makes me very happy. I never did 3rd grade. And they still let me in college, so I love socks. Like, I don't like going barefoot because I just like my socks so much. Like, I don't even know why, but it's just like they're so comfortable. They're so comfortable. I've never watched anything but Disney classics. I also sometimes exaggerate. Babies hate me. This is probably another reason why people tell me never to have children. I don't know. Maybe they're all right. I failed my driver's test literally like 15 feet from the parking lot to finish. It was so sad. I had like 1 point off the entire time, and then I'm like literally turning back into the courthouse, and I accidentally ended up in the wrong turn lane, and I am automatically failed. I used to dream about monsters every single night until I started praying to not remember my dreams anymore. And now I don't remember my dreams anymore. So thanks a lot, 5-year-old Coriel. I used to be obsessed with astronomy and really want to be an astronaut when I grew up. I'm also afraid of heights. So I think that's why I gave up on that childhood dream. I can twist my arm almost all the way around. I'm also double jointed in both my elbows. I have this in common with my aunt, who I also resemble the most. And she used to do cheerleading, and so when you're like sticking your arms out for cheers, like, you can't see it. 1 second. When you're like sticking your arms out for cheers, her arm like bends back. And so she had to like be very conscious. I can't even do it. Very conscious about like holding it not fully extended. Yeah, she had to be super careful about that. So that's why I'm not going into cheerleading. Simply because that's too much work for me, not because I'm like really athletically challenged and not at all flexible and they wouldn't accept me. No, that has nothing to do with anything. I shadowed my sister Esther for like so long. Like, I couldn't do anything without her. I literally got baptized because she was getting baptized, and I didn't want to do it by myself at a later point. Like, okay, no, okay. That sounded worse than it was. I had accepted Jesus into my heart before, okay? But it's like our church retreat, and she was ready to get baptized that year, and like I'd accepted God into my heart a few months before. And they were like, do you want to get baptized? I'm like, I'm so scared. I don't want to get baptized. I'm not ready yet. People. But then Esther's like, I'm getting baptized this year. And I'm like, no, why did you do this to me? Now if I wait, like I have to do it by myself. So I was terrified, but like I had to do it because I wasn't going to do it by myself later. No. I like to make weird faces at people. I don't know what's wrong with me. One of my eyebrows goes higher and more arched than the other one. I don't know if you can really tell. I think it's this one. But yeah, like you can especially tell if I like put on fake glasses. Like one of the eyebrows is hidden by the glasses rim, another one's just like sitting above it. On the topic of eyebrows, my siblings say that you can tell when I'm lying because my eyebrows get triangular. I have no idea what they're talking about, but yeah, that used to annoy me so much. I forgive you guys. You were so mean. I play solitaire way too much. Like I played it so much that I accidentally started figuring out a strategy for it, which is not supposed to be a thing. Like it's supposed to be a game of just like completely random decisions. But I started like metagaming it, so you know. I have a few foods that I literally think that I could eat every single day and never get tired of, like smoothies or soup or chicken. Just chicken. I love chicken so much. Or like roasted vegetables. I feel like most people would say like pizza or macaroni and cheese or ice cream would be their things that they feel like they could eat every day and not get tired of. But see, my mom ruined me by making us eat healthy foods all our entire life. So now I like genuinely cannot enjoy things like that because I just feel sick afterwards. So thanks a lot, Mom. I used to like the taste of soda, but not the fizz. So I'd like shake it up until it was flat and then I'd drink it. So that kind of like ruined the point of soda. So I should have just had juice. But like, then again, there's not such a thing as root beer juice. Someone needs to invent that. I acquired the taste for dirty bean water. And Natasha is so proud of me. Honestly though, it was like such an investment to decide to like coffee and try to overcome that because Mom and Dad both hate coffee, and so I had all of my genes working against me in that. But I overcame that handicap and now I like coffee. So it was a struggle, but we made it. Now I'm cool. I drink things way too fast and in way too large quantities, which as a side note is also why I'm deciding never to try to acquire the taste for alcohol because that would not go over well. I just really enjoy drinking things. So that would not go well. So at the moment, I cannot stand it, and we're gonna try to keep it that way. And also, I don't like my water any temperature but freezing. I honestly just don't like hot drinks. I like ice drinks. But yeah, honestly, like ice water tastes way better than regular water, and now I'm a snob and I don't like regular water. And I have a hard time like making myself drink it. So if there's not really ice around, I have a hard time with motivation to stay hydrated. First world problems. My favorite scent for anything ever is vanilla. Like, vanilla all the way, anytime. Where is it? This is my favorite freckle, and her name is Georgiana. I used to be a very shy person, and not to say I'm not still a shy person, I kind of am, but also, like, I really enjoy being the center of attention at the same time in a group discussion or whatever. I really like to be in the middle of things, and also, like, I really like being, like, the lead role in a play. I am a shy person, but also I very much enjoy being in the spotlight, so literally or figuratively. So I don't know, strange contradictions. I love running downstairs. It's my secret talent. Like, it's so fun. I got really fast at it. I used to be terrified of snakes and spiders, and now I'm not so much anymore. I overcame that phobia, and now I'm just like terrified of hobo-looking people because I've had a couple of traumatizing experiences. I've been pretty consistently employed since I was like 9. That sounds bad because now it's like child labor. Yeah, I got my first job when I was like 9. Esther and I would house clean for the neighbors down the road, and I just remember I was so mad about that because originally they offered to like pay us $10 to clean for them for an hour every week, and I was like, $10? What on earth? I've mentioned this before, but like my mother very much took advantage of us, and I was like, someone would pay me $10 an hour to do something for them? Like, what? And then Mom was like, no, they're not worth that much. You only have to pay them $5. And I was like, Mom! I do keep making her look bad. I'm sorry. Honestly though, like we probably weren't worth $10 an hour, but I was still really mad about that. I have never broken a bone. I've also never been arrested yet, which is very surprising. Any day now. Oh my word. I think the most illegal thing that I've ever like actually done was I just blatantly ran a red light. I don't even know. I just stopped and then I just like looked both ways before I crossed the street, and then I just ran the red light. I don't know what I was thinking. They haven't found me yet though, so I think we're safe. I used to hate broccoli so much. I just remember broccoli soup was the bane of my existence. Like whenever we'd make it, Mom wouldn't let you eat anything until you finished your food. So I would literally like be gagging on it. I could not eat it. So I'd like choke that down for the next like 3 meals because it took me that long to be able to get it all down. I did not like it. And then, yeah, we went and lived in another country for a year. And I realized, you know what? Broccoli is my best friend. So that was like the one familiar food that we had. So I lived on broccoli and rice. And now I really like broccoli. So I hate s'mores and hot chocolate. Like, just, they're gross. I don't even know, but just, meh. Blech. I do like pineapple on pizza though, so I'm just weird. It's kind of funny. I feel like I used to be a sort of picky eater. Now I'm a lot more adventurous with my taste buds and I want to try exotic sounding things. Honestly though, like, speaking of fancy food, it's like literally to be a fancy chef, you just like take the randomest, weirdest things that you can think of and you put them together and you make people pay $100 for a bite of it. As long as it sounds strange and you put a really high price on it, people assume it's going to taste good and so they'll pay you for it. So maybe I could get rich that way. I am a very clumsy person. Like, I've literally had that movie moment of, you know, I've like touched one bike by accident and like the entire row falls over. And everyone laughs at me. I can't actually really swim. Like, I can tread water and I can do this thing that this is what it looks like when other people are doing when they're swimming, so I'm just like kind of copying them and it propels me forward. So I took swimming lessons when I was like 6, but I just remember the lady, she was like, put your face in the water and take a stroke, and then you turn your head to the side and then you take a stroke, and then you put your face in the water and then you take a stroke, and then you put your head to the side and take a stroke, and then you put your face in the water. She was like forcing me to like put my head in the water. I'm like, you're gonna drown me, lady. And I've always had a fear of drowning, so I think that's why I just never wanted to learn to swim. So I usually just stay where I can touch because I feel comfortable. Also, like when I'm swimming, I don't even know. I don't know if it's just stress of knowing that I can't touch, but it's like I have a hard time breathing when I'm swimming. So yeah, I like to stay where I can touch so that I can not die. I have been a plagiarist from the beginning. Esther and I would draw pictures together and she'll like draw a picture. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. And so I'll like copy her and be like drawing the same thing. And she would get so mad at me and she'd be like, Mom, Coriel's copying me. And Mom would be like, imitation is the highest form of flattery. So I would get away with it. And she hated that so much. So honestly, it's like my mom's fault. There was one point when I co-owned 21 birds. We had 10 ducks in the barn and 21 parakeets in the house. All over the house. They were loud. If you are wondering why the lighting has probably changed, and also why probably I have changed, it's because I was editing my video and then I realized for some reason it destroyed the footage of the very last couple of things. Okay, get ready. Last 2 random facts about me. Number 1, or like rather it's like number 60 something, I don't even know. I cannot do like non-natural looking makeup on myself. I think this is a deep-rooted insecurity from a long time ago when our cousins would come for Christmas and like my aunt would do all of us girls makeup, and then her son Tate would be like, ew, you guys look disgusting, like, oh, you're hideous, like, oh, I can't even look at you, it's so gross. And so now, I don't know, I just feel very uncomfortable with anything more than just mascara. So thanks, Tate. I guess sometimes I'll do like a little bit of natural toned eyeshadow, but yeah, I can't do like colored eyeshadow and I cannot do lipstick or like even like foundation or things. Like it just still looks too fake for me. So yeah, well, we have Tate to blame. Now I'm very, very, very self-conscious about looking like I'm wearing makeup. Last but not necessarily least, I don't know, maybe it is, I never sucked my thumb as a baby. And then for some reason one day when I was 6, I was like, what is this life experience that I've missed out on? So I tasted my thumb to see what it was like, and I started sucking my thumb because it honestly just tasted good. Like, I feel like babies do it for comfort, but for me, I'm just like, So I did that for a while until I was just like, yeah, cool. Now I know what it's like, but I'm too old for this. And so I broke the addiction, and then I had to get braces for 6 months. And my other siblings, who all sucked their thumbs very much when they were babies, they all had to get braces for years. And so I feel like there's some kind of correlation there. I don't know. But if I do ever decide to like disregard everyone's life advice they've ever given me and get married and have children, I am going to do everything within my power to keep them from sucking their thumbs and see if I can save a lot of money. We'll see. I don't know. I ended this better the first time. I don't know what I said. That's okay. Honestly, I'm curious, like, tell me if you learned anything new about me today, or if you relate with me on any of these things about me, because then I can feel a little bit less strange. I don't know. Also, maybe like this was encouraging to you, that like you were having self-confidence issues and then you watched this and you saw, wow, compared to that girl, I am amazing and everyone should love me. So, you're welcome. If the comparison makes you feel less inferior, like, I'm totally happy to be that person at the bottom of the heap so that everyone else can feel better about themselves. So anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully it was interesting or creepy, disturbing, I don't know what it was, but hopefully it evoked some emotion in you, possibly pity, I'm not sure. But yes, hopefully you enjoyed watching that, and goodbye until more interesting things happen. So,